19, I got to LA and I was like, haha, showed up in LA, gonna take over comedy, king of the world, oh yeah, here comes my great jokes, gonna fix things around here. And now, at my age, I'm like, I would love to write for your show called Booty Talk.
2 questions, and they get to this one question, describe a time in your life that you used alternative problem-solving skills. And I decided, everyone before me has given pretty stock, boring answers. I'm going to wow them with a little slice of life comedy from my own experiences. And so I launched into this story.
You will see an evening of stories that are so depressing and demoralizing that have no silver lining. The only silver lining is this here.
There was a group of people talking, and because of my fear of successful people, I either blink a lot, and especially comedians blink like the diving bell and the butterfly, and it's really appropriate. I am saying amazing things, but nobody speaks my language, and I just gotta find that one person that gets that this was so appropriate to the conversation, or I've got Tourette's 5 minutes later after the fact to the joke, and I swear it still hit 5 minutes later for me, but it was 5 minutes later, and timing's everything.
Turns to the next guy, and the next guy goes on for 5 minutes kissing ass on the thing, and I realize it's going to be 4 hours before it gets to me, and nobody's going to say anything bad about the movie, and I just become incensed by the whole process, and I make this terrible decision. I just step forward from the wall, and I said, Knudsen! And he's there, and he has to turn this way. And then everyone in the room turns. And I'm like, oh, it's on now. There's no turning back from this.
I was supposed to deliver my line after she did this long monologue into the phone. And about 4 or 5 different times I came in with my cart in the middle of her monologue. Bummer. The one time I remembered how to push the cart, I forgot my line. Finally, the director from the monitor, when we got one that could work, he said, "Cut, Brent!" And in a voice that was just slightly less than that said, "Finally." Finally.
I spelled till my vision was blurred and persevered till it was me and 3 more nerds. I stepped forward when my turn occurred. I heard my word and I was like, word. I knew just what letters to say, and I looked those judges right in the eye and said, IRREVOKABILITY.
I'm so enraged. I'm so furious. I decide that I need to take justice into my own hands. He's been shitting on me and all my friends on the hall all year. Now I am going to make him eat shit, literally. It's at this point in the interview that I realize maybe this isn't the best story to tell in a job interview.
And in the coverage, the director's like, "Hey, good news, you're not going to have to work with the cart." And he meant to be a dick about it, just in case you were curious.
He marched up to me in the hallway, and he was like, "What don't you like about my pilot?" And I was like, oh, I've got a choice here. I could apologize, backpedal, say I'm sorry, because I liked it. Or I could make the move that had integrity. And I could tell him what I really thought of the pilot and stand behind I see a guy shaking his head. And be like, don't do it! 10 years ago, Asterios. Where were you 10 years ago?
But I'm going to tell you the truth. This movie has a lot of problems with it. It's got terrible this, terrible that. It's got whole scenes with Chris Rock and Ben Stiller, two of the funniest guys in the world. There's not even any jokes written in the scene. You got 80 writers in here. Why don't you hire one of them, write some jokes? Blah, 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 blah. And then I'm about that far into the monologue, and I realize I have to get out of here. I cannot do this speech and remain in this room. But I haven't really prepared that far ahead, so I think I just got to have an exit line. So I say, with that, adios, amigos! kind of as if I always say that when I leave a room. And I walk out. And the shame of this, it's like it's reverberated off of the Hollywood sign. It's still echoing around like, got some more! You know, and to this day, I think it's just stunted my career. Like,
No, this is how long we're talking. This is how long it's been since I've been stuck. The stuckness happened kind of, in early 2002, and the flatline happened. It's just, I hear it in my ear, like, doo. It's like tinnitus.
I